Alright guys, back again with a new idea of what I'm going to do with the new setup. From that guy that's all sold to another guy in the forum. Everything on the top end, the only thing that's staying is the block. The head and everything else is changing out, but I decided to go a different route instead of the precision racing stuff or tile, or whatever else you may have in there, you know, all the other brands at Turbo Smart. I was running a Turbo Smart wastegate and Force Performance Turbo and an eBay blow-off valve down there on that guy right here. But I want everything to kind of match, and I saw all the LS guys having good luck out of these guys. So this is called VS Racing. A lot of you guys have seen them all over the forums and stuff like that, but they are still an eBay-based kind of like, cheaper alternative to name brand stuff. So this wastegate is actually pretty dang good. The machine work on it, the weld ring on the wastegate's pretty thick. Same thing, the fire ring on the bottom and is pretty dang good as well. The clamps are okay, much more to be desired there, but it just has to hold it on. You don't over tighten these anyways. This actually has little ports where you can hook up coolant. It has the little ports for the coolant guys, which is pretty slick. Has extra bolts for people like me with shaky hands that like to drop everything and lose it permanently until you don't need to find it, and then you go to a hardware store and buy another one. Comes with a couple different little springs that you can use. This one I have set up in here right now is the 5-pound spring. It actually comes in at almost 6 psi, but that's fine. It's just going to be my fallback spring in case anything were to happen. Needs a cut boost. It cuts it back to 5 pounds. So we'll be running the dual ports. Tested everything. The diaphragm in this little guy is actually pretty good. This is called the Next Gen from VS Racing. So I still took it apart like I saw in a couple of other YouTube videos to grease the shaft, or like put some anti-seize in the shaft for the valve on the base. This one was actually fine, so I didn't have to really worry about it too much. Just taking apart, really measuring out the springs and seeing what their pressure resistance was. So other than that, comes with everything you need, man. All these little, these crush washers, the fittings. Everything you see here pictured is what it comes with, so it's kind of slick. Good little spot. You can put the, upper one up here, this side right here. You can move this one from this side to here or here. So pretty much just like all the other name brand ones. Looks pretty good. Machine work inside of it's very, very well done. You can see it right there. So it looks good in there. No burrs, and the valve is nice and smooth, so no complaints. Next thing you see back here is the blow-off valve. This is a 50 millimeter one. This is just, there's no gens on this one. This is like, I think the initial one. Did pretty well on this one as well. Comes with 2 different springs, as you see. But it's a good little piece as well. They tell you to put some, grease on this as well. Put some grease on that just for break-in periods and stuff. But this one was actually fine too. So I guess as time goes by, Varin or however you say his name, gets a little better at QCing these things. And I mean, everything about this, all the machine work is solid on this. I mean, all those little spots are just my fingerprints. So don't pick on me for that, but it looks good, man. I mean, good little piece, got a little bit of weight to it. The only thing I don't like about the blow-off valve is gonna be welding this thin piece of aluminum right here. It's gonna be a little bit tough if I can get that thing to focus, but it's fine. You can kind of see how thin it is. Definitely going to hire somebody to get that one right, because it's going to take a very expensive welder to take this thin piece of metal to another thin piece of aluminum. But still, machine work on it is very good as well, and so is a clamp. This actually is a good clamp. Looks exactly like the ones off the PTE ones, Precision Turbo ones. All right, so some pretty basic stuff there, wastegate, blow-off valve, and then you got the, I accidentally bought the one with the T3 housing. This is still an 82 AR T3 housing, yeah. But you could see in there, let me see if we can get some light, the machine work and casting is really, really, really good on these. I cannot complain about that. Machine work on the face right here, pretty dang perfect. Can't complain about any of that either. Same thing goes for the other side. Both housings are really good like this. If anybody wants it, let me know. I'll tell it to you. Turbo comes with this basic stuff. Comes with some gaskets. I gotta get a T4 gasket for this other housing. It comes with 2 different fittings for the ball bearing inlet. One, if it smokes, put the smaller one on there. You know, there's no real science to it. It's, you know, eBay stuff. Not a lot of stuff about it. But here's a Big Bad Mama Jamma. This is the next gen 6262. And I decided not to go with so big of a turbo because I still want it to take off like you have seen in the other videos. But really good machine work. I mean, everything inside of it looks really good. It actually has a speed sensor port on it. That little guy right there, you can see it on this side and that little hole on this side, so that's kind of slick. So you got really good casting in there again. You guys can see that actually really well. No burrs, no shavings, nothing. And the face of this guy is really good as well. Inside of here, it has stamp 72 in there, so that's good. The only thing, it doesn't have a boost reference point off the compressor housing anywhere. So that kind of, well, that's easy to do. Just tap and die. But yeah, good piece. So next thing is the most impressive portion. This wheel looks really good. I mean, get a little slow close up of that. That thing is great looking. You know, dual ball bearing as well. Spins very freely, very smoothly. Absolutely no play to it. Looks like they spent their time on this. This is really good. You know, the old school O-ring. You know, you're not paying for the latest and greatest technology that's out there, but I prefer the old school stuff, as you can tell with my cars all over the YouTube channel. You know, it's got these little ports on them. I got them blocked off. I took everything else off for you, but let's see where my feed port is. Feed port looks very similar to a Precision Turbo feed port, so it's kind of slick. Machine work on that face is really good. They spent some time on that. The center assembly it's good. It's, you know, not much to complain about there. Hopefully it does its job and is reliable. Alright. Very gently. The turbine wheel is even actually really good. You know, they clip the edges right here. Looks really dang good. Even the casting for the wheels really dang good as well. You know, even down in the little forward portion of the turbine is, you know, everything looks good. I mean, I have no complaints here. So, you know, for $600 you can't beat it. And this is a T4 housing. This one has a little bit more showing of the eBay-ness. You know, I wish they would have machined this kind of little casting portion off right here, but inside is what matters, right? So inside you can see the casting is really good again. So like I said throughout the whole entire video, just good QC makes a better product, man. Yeah, can't be mad about anything. I don't know how I have dog hair in the garage when the dogs don't even come out here. That's different. But yeah, I don't like the little line right here either. I would love to file that down, but I think I'm just going to leave it be. It's going to have a blanket over it anyways, just because that's how I run my stuff. The hardware is not that fake grade 8 stuff, so it's good hardware, good grade 5 bolts. Looks like they actually went to a bin and picked them up instead of finding them from someplace in China. So, I mean, it's probably still from China, but what do Americans make anymore anyways? So yeah, that's the VS Racing stuff. Really good stuff, really good product. We'll get all this on there when we get the new head for the old Monster. Other than that, have a good one, guys.